Karen and Abner, local emergency rooms are seeing more incidents of patients showing signs of using bath salts, a designer drug known to be synthetic cocaine. Since the original compounds used to make bath salts were outlawed last month, through our investigation we found a similar drug on the shelves. Officials say these drugs might even be more dangerous than the original product. The impact it's having here in the South Plains is astounding.
It could kill you.
They're even more powerfully addicting than normal, the stuff they're supposed to replace, whether it's cocaine or meth.
Powerful, addicting, and dangerous.
He flatlined, but they brought him back. I mean, he almost died.
They're known as bath salts.
Sometimes even have to be admitted to the ICU and take several days to recover from.
Emergency room workers say they witnessed the devastating effects a synthetic drug has on patients up to 10 times a month.
We think that they hit Lubbock a little over a year ago, and about 6 months to a year ago we saw a real spike in the incidence of bath salt use.
A nationwide ban on 28 synthetic drugs was signed into law last month, including bath salts. Anyone convicted will face penalties similar to dealing with traditional drugs like cocaine or heroin, but chemists have found a loophole. Although previously used ingredients are now illegal, chemists continue to alter the compounds, creating a similar product that is legal. It has the same dangerous side effects, but with different ingredients. It's a synthetic stimulant powder product that contains amphetamine-like chemicals. Officials say these chemicals have a high risk for overdose. The challenge for probation officers like Henderson fighting this problem is that it's hard to trace, and here's why. There's no current test someone can take to detect the drug in their system, so officials say they have no way of knowing exactly how many patients are even using the drug.
The guy who killed the woman out in Slayton, he said he was using bath salts.
21-year-old Samson Blake Oguntope was charged for capital murder in connection with the death of an 89-year-old woman back on February 21st. Although it was never proven that Oguntope used bath salts, Henderson says besides his confession, Oguntope's behavior mirrored the symptoms.
That's his head right there.
Common side effects of using bath salts include hallucinations, paranoia, self-mutilation, heart problems, and even death. Emergency room doctors say that violence is also very prevalent among users.
I've had patients come in that were unable to stand up. I've had patients that were completely violent as well and thrashing about.
Jonathan Skelton, medical director for Covenant's emergency department, says besides providing medication to ease violent episodes, it's not something they can just pump out of a patient's system.
That's the problem. There's not really a lot that we can do for them.
Since there are various manufacturers of this designer drug, the lethal dosage is not known.
Anybody who takes any of this drug has an overdose.
It simply wasn't made for human consumption. This exact label is how smoke shops keep this designer drug on the shelves and chemists in business.
That's the most frustrating thing about bath salts, K2, because the people who are making them are trying to make it for money. They don't care about the people who are taking it. They just want their money.
Labeled as not for human consumption allows these various designer drugs to remain available. Nationwide, officials can't say how many deaths have actually occurred using bath salts because right now there's no way to detect the drug in someone's system. The good news, local hospitals don't think any deaths have been linked to the designer drug in Lubbock yet. Henderson says laboratories are currently looking for ways to test for bath salts and similar designer drugs. Karen and Abner.